Hello, how are you doing? Welcome along to our weekly catch-up here at FTUK. How has your week gone in the markets? I hope you've managed to get a few good trades. It's a busy time in markets, and it is a massively busy time at FTUK, as the trailer that you've just seen probably gave you a hint. There's stuff going on. We have the most outstanding week ahead of us next week with non-farm payrolls, and we've decided to dedicate the entire week to bringing you the best market insights, some new promotions and discounts, and some super cool tech. So no matter where you are as a prop trader, no matter what your current situation, whether you're just about to start, whether you're just about to pass your evaluation, we've got something for you. Now is a great time to be involved in the markets. Yes, it's going to be just a really busy week. Now I'm going to dedicate the entire stream today to breaking it down. So let's jump in and I'll show you specifically how we will get through all of this, because there's a lot to absorb. Next week is all going to be about fundamentals at FTUK, and we're going to demonstrate and show you how you can become a much better prop trader by embracing the fundamentals, because so many people ignore it, and it's really important not to. You can really understand exactly what is going on in the market once you know what you're looking for, and it's just a question of slowly getting into it. We're going to help you at FTUK because we've got the most amazing technology supplied by one of our partners, New Squawk, who are going to put their audio squawk stuff into into our platform. So it's going to really benefit all of our clients. So we're going to talk about the fundamentals of the week. I'm going to go through everything to do with an audio squawk. If you've never heard of that term before, don't worry, we'll demystify it all and break it down for you, show you where the advantages are and how you can benefit as a trader. I'm then going to go do a full sweep of the week and break the offer down because there's going to be a lot, and we're going to be doing live streaming throughout the week as well. And then of course it's not only non-farm payrolls, and it's not only the end of the month as well, it's also Halloween as well. So we've got to then do something for Halloween. There's always some sort of a Halloween offer, and we've got one. This is a really good one, but we're going to need your help. So I'll talk about that at the end as well. As always, don't forget to subscribe to or join our Discord, whatever the term is. Scan that QR code, and Reza will take care of you in Discord. That's the place where you're going to be finding out all of the key stuff about the fundamentals week as well. So you're going to want to get over to Discord and join in with everybody over there. So let's start by talking about fundamentals week. Now, what we have done is we've partnered with a company called New Squawk, who supply institutional, professional data tools to the finance industry. It's an outstanding company, and they do an amazing job of bringing the layest information as it's happening to help you understand exactly what is going on in markets. We've also coupled together with the Trusted Prop again as well. They're going to sponsor our non-farm payrolls, and we're going to run an amazing competition where we've got lots of accounts to give away. All you got to do is follow the news throughout the week, figure out what you think the jobs number is going to be, and then put the guess in, fill in the form, do the subscribes, all that kind of stuff, and you could win an account. So it's a full week of content, activities, stuff that you can join in, and technology that you can benefit from, free trials. There's tons of it. So let's think a little bit about why prop traders might want to consider fundamentals. Well, it's really important. Many people, when they're starting to learn to trade and they get involved in markets, they look at the industry and they say, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to be a technical trader, or I'm going to be a fundamental trader. And the industry sells you this sort of false belief, saying that you're either one or you're the other. That is a massive mistake to make. Most people will ignore fundamentals because they think it's too complicated, or you need an economics degree. It's not true. You really don't. So the biggest misconception out there is that as a trader, you need to be focusing on technicals. That's looking at your charts and your strategies and your indicators, or you're looking at GDP data or inflation data. Definitely not. You'll find that the best traders in the world, they always mix everything together. So you'll find that what they do is that the value in the news starts to inform how they look at the markets. That's where it gets really exciting. So the markets really do come alive when you understand what's going on. So you need more than the charts. You need more than just your simple strategy. You've got to view it like that. And because what will happen is, as you start to develop your sense of understanding how the markets are moving, what is driving the markets, you'll always find that it informs your technical analysis to a much higher level. You'll get better at technical analysis basically because you'll filter the directions so much more effectively. So, you know, I mean, I'm sure that if you've been trading, if you've been around the markets a little while, you'll have come across all kinds of people in forums, and there's usually a guy like this. You know, the S&P suddenly springs, or gold suddenly tanks, or rallies, or something like that. A currency kicks off, and they're on a 5-minute chart, and they've just lost their account, and what happened? What happened? I don't know. There's lots of guys that you'll see like that. When you understand fundamentals and you can connect it with the price action, you'll never ever be that guy, because you'll be able to avoid the pitfalls or take advantage of the opportunities as a prop trader. I cannot emphasize how illuminating that is. I'm incredibly passionate about this subject, and the reason is because I neglected fundamentals for years, and I regret that to this day. Grapple with it, start learning the basics of it, and you will become a far more successful trader in the long run because you understand what's going on. It's really important. So let's move on to the second aspect. What is an audio squawk? Well, we've teamed up with Squawk, and they are an institutional provider of data, information, tech services, research, economic information, and an audio squawk. They've very, very kindly given all of our FTUK new clients for next week a 14-day trial of their audio squawk service. So if you imagine that you're looking at your TradingView chart or your MetaTrader chart, your DX platform, whichever platform you're using, outside of that, in the big world, there's all of the stuff kicking off all the time. And you get a flavor of that from Bloomberg and from CNBC. But even then, that's mainstream media. Beyond that is the sources where the data actually gets created from. Squawk are one of those companies that basically sit in the middle of all of that, and they aggregate all the information together. So all the financial data, all the news, all the information, they sit and they watch all that, and they supply a very, very pinpoint, precise text service and audio service that basically you can sit there, have in the background, so that you as a trader have an advantage. You know when something's just happening in the oil market, and then that explains why the move just happened that you wouldn't have known otherwise. You get a heads up on understanding all the stuff that's coming across the wires, which is going to move the S&P over the course of the afternoon, or maybe the important stuff that you hadn't had time to even have a look at. All of that stuff is just so critically important. So that's what they do. They condense all of that down, and they give it to you, serve it to you in the right kind of fashion. So if you're developing as a prop trader, this stuff is massively in your favor. It really helps you learn to understand exactly how the markets are moving. So this is the company here, Squawk. They've given us their tools for 14 days. We'll have some of that hopefully built into the back end, or if we can't do that, then we'll get everybody login details and everything like that. And I'm going to show you how all of that works right now. So if I go over here, I'm going to show you basically, this is the full service that they've got, and I'm going to play you some examples as well, so you can get a flavor of what it is and how it works. Okay, let me just get this right there. So that's it there that you can see in front of you. So that there is their main full service. We're going to have hopefully something like that built into the FTUK platform. You can see there's a text service. This is all the latest stuff that's coming off the Bloomberg terminals, coming out of Associated Press and Reuters, and they're basically putting all that together, and they're putting it to the front of the queue, and they're giving it to us. So it all comes in on a feed that just constantly, automatically updates. There's also up here, there's a multi-asset audio service, and this is the really valuable bit. This is the bit that really makes a massive difference, because there's a voice on there, and it's going to be talking to you throughout the day. It's going to be just giving you the key important stuff. So a big number's coming up, or something's just happening in company earnings for Tesla or something like that. You're going to hear it here first. You're going to hear it here before you're going to hear it anywhere else. So that is basically how that works. Now, this is if you've never seen this before, or even, well, heard it really, it's the sort of thing you just leave on your desktop and you leave in the background. Let me just play. I've got a pre-thing that I recorded earlier. This is what it sounds like. Let me just see if this is going to work.
Where it's building a large language model AI framework dubbed IAX, and races to develop its own generative AI tools that catch OpenAI. Shares seen upside, lifting the indices here.
And just seeing a tweet here via Al Jazeera that the Iranian foreign minister is calling on the Islamic nations to impose an oil embargo on Israel. regarding Jefferies and Commerzbank. It was reported yesterday that UniCredit, who of course have been building a stake in Commerzbank, have been working with Jefferies Financial in order to hedge more of its Commerzbank position. So it does appear to be following on from those reports. So again, it does appear that Jefferies would be holding that stake on behalf of UniCredit.
So you can see there's a bit of a montage there of a few little snippets put together. But the point is that as you're learning to trade, as you're becoming a prop trader and you're going through your evaluations, is finding an informational edge is really difficult. Traditionally, years and years ago, this kind of information, institutional information, was incredibly expensive. Now it's much more affordable. But there's so many people that still don't optimize and use this to their advantage. Now, their tools will do all sorts. They produce all kinds of different research. There's economic calendars. Okay, most people will be used to going to Forex Factory and seeing how the economic calendar works. But there's a lot more to it than that. And you'll get this kind of information, stuff that's important for the day, any reactions that big banks have had to specific things. It's always going to be in this kind of research. And squawk, they do all of that work for you, and that's connected with what we're doing at FTUK. So it really is going to be an amazing week of stuff. So if you've never seen this before, this is going to be a week to get involved. Right, so let me just go back to my screen. It's not just going to be about the Squawk service itself, the Squawk service itself. We're going to do a lot more of that. We're going to do a complete rundown of how to integrate fundamental analysis, or how to get started with fundamentals to make yourself a better prop trader. So as a part of that, for the full week, we've got a rundown of just huge amounts of stuff. First up, we're going to be doing live streams every single day. Obviously, anyone that's been around for a while will know there's a sort of like a pattern to the shape of the day. You get the Asia Pacific session, you get the London session, and then you get the US session. Knowing what's important, what the market will be focusing on that day, is really gives you an advantage as a trader. If anything, it tells you which markets you might want to potentially be focusing on. So we're going to be doing streams every day next week. We're going to do a live stream in the morning before the London session. And we're also going to be doing a live stream before the US session as well. So it sets everybody up for the day. We're going to look at the key news that's been affecting the markets, anything that's upcoming that you need to pay attention to, and any market reactions, that potentially could be worth noting. Second up as well, we've got a full week of content that we're going to be delivering through YouTube. And I'll play you a couple of highlights. First up, we've managed to get an exclusive interview with the head of market analysis at Squawk. He's a lovely guy called Adam, and I'll play a quick preview of that interview now.
So our job is basically almost kind of like financial DJs. We're explaining to people in real time what's going on in the market in a breaking news fashion, but also commentary about why things are moving. So, for example, if euro-dollar has moved 20 pips in recent trades, then we explain to clients why that's the case. Or, if the US stock market is about to open, we'll explain the lie of the land, what we're looking out for at the open. And basically, via the audio feed, because it's such a quick mechanism with which to deliver information, it's very useful rather than waiting for a text update or a journalist to write 300-400 words of copy about something, because by that time you've missed it. Ultimately, I have a desk full of analysts in there who are monitoring all these news sources, and we're making an editorial decision at all times. What do our clients, if they're traders, need to know at this point in time? And that's kind of what we offer for like the retail audience, is we kind of, there's such a huge learning curve, and it's so steep for people. Our tool is basically to flatten that curve and help traders, understand things a lot better.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. It's all about shortening your learning curve and making it more accessible. And once you do that, you will progress so much faster as a trader. And ultimately, that is what you want to do, because you're looking for success in the markets. Who isn't, So it can really help. So we're very lucky to have had Adam agree to an interview. And it's a really good sort of podcast style thing that will be worth watching. We've also got some other content as well. I've been trading a long time, and fundamentals is an important part of my own trading approach as well. So we've put together I remember when I started to learn, I found it so difficult to get access, not in terms of like you can get the information, but knowing how to start to deconstruct it, because it can feel like a big subject. So we put some really good content together on how you can get started with fundamentals if you've never done it before, and I'll play you a quick excerpt of this as well.
And one of the reasons for actually working like this is very different when you're filtering the news like that in a paper than it is when you're just scrolling through the equivalent on your phone. You can't see things as clearly on the phone. Everything tends to sort of merge into one. When you put the paper down and you go through it manually, particularly if you've never done it before, the information that's important to you tends to stand out a lot clearer. So you can start to move very, very quickly, because what you need to do as a trader is develop a very efficient filter so that you can get the key information to you as fast as possible. That is definitely, when you're starting out, it's easier to do it in the paper than it is just doing it on the phone. Once you get good at it, this is all fine because you know what you're looking for. But at first, you'll see very quickly how things start to stand out. Okay, so basically just ended up with a list, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 key articles. So from a full day's news, I've filtered it down very, very quickly and efficiently just to 6 key things that I'm going to want to read.
In order to help inflation goals.
So as you can see, once you know how to start to deconstruct the information, all of this stuff demystifies and it becomes accessible. That's what it's all about. So what you can see in front of you here is a full breakdown of what we've got going on throughout the week. And obviously there's offers wrapped up in this. You're going to get a 14-day trial as part of being an FTUK client of the new Squawk services, which is absolutely outstanding. You're going to get, we're going to get a 35% discount on the accounts as well. It's only for 1 and 2 steps though, and you get the news add-on free as part of that as well. So it is an absolutely amazing offer if you're looking to get a new account. Next week is the week to start doing it, and obviously you get all of the content along the way throughout the week as well. And then that's going to feed into our non-farm payrolls. So it's all going to ramp into non-farm payrolls on Friday, and we've got a really good contest and prize draw for that in association with our colleagues at the Trusted Prop as well. They're sponsoring that. Accounts to give away, and then of course there's the discount as well if you want your account as well. So it's a full week of activity and amazing stuff as well. There it is. That's the non-farm payrolls in association with Trusted Prop. That's going to be similar to what we did last time out, because it was very successful, and we will announce the winners after the live stream. All you got to do is fine-tune your fundamental skills throughout the week and guess the non-farm payroll number right. So we'll see who manages to do that. Okay, right. So finally as well, let's talk about Halloween, because that's not the only thing that's going on next week. It's also the end of the month as well, but Halloween is a popular time for all kinds of promotions, and we're doing one as well, but we're doing it a little bit different. We're not just giving stuff away for nothing. We want your help. So what we're looking for is your trading nightmares, and I can think of a few that I've had in my time as well, but any particular trading situations, the kind of thing where you go to bed at night and you think, oh, I can't go to sleep because I'm so worried about something, anything like that's occurred along the way, then there's going to be a watch out for your emails. Subscribe to our email list, and you're going to get an email, fill in the form, send it in, and then we'll read them out on the live stream on Thursday when we've got all of the entries in, and then we'll have prizes. I don't actually know what the prizes are just yet, but they will be prizes on Thursday. So if you do want to join in on that as well, please do send us your absolute nightmarish market stories. Could be interesting. Right, okay. That is it. So join us next week for an amazing week at FTUK. We're going to be live on YouTube at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday morning. We'll see you then. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you Monday morning.